Hello and welcome to episode 3 of our F2 series. We head over to our Italian Grand Prix at the Imola circuit. Like always, I will be doing the practice session. With these new assists, I will be getting used to the track, and for the first time ever not using a racing line, so I will be finding them braking zones and just getting a lot more comfortable with the track. So now, as we see, we'll head into qualifying 1. Nice and sunny. I feel I do know this track quite well, but when you turn all the assists off, it changes the whole dynamic of the playthrough. And we've never had the traction control turned off either. So that is something that we will be working with.
Okay, that's all the checks complete. We're ready to go.
And as we now make our way out of the garage for our first qualifying run. Still not overly confident with the track at the moment. We are getting a little bit more used to it. We are finding some more of the lines that we're looking for. We are finding a little bit more speed throughout. So hopefully, as we've seen quite often, not doing too great apart from Bahrain in the qualifying. We struggled in the last one, so we'll see what we can do in this one. Obviously going through the infamous Tamburello at the moment, where we see where the DHL sign is on right there, where the great Ayrton Senna unfortunately lost his life. And we see Bouchon flying down the inside on an outlap. Was that guy on a flying lap? Or? Because I didn't see any blue flags or anything. I didn't get any one and he was there. I think we managed to escape with no damage there. As we head down now into Piratella. Looking to just warm up those tyres nicely on this first lap round and just keep our eye in through Aqua Minerale, where we do unfortunately exceed track limits. Now through the Alta chicane, making our way down through turn 16 here. And across turn 17 as we straighten up, finding our braking zone through Ravazza. And looking to come out of turn 19 as fast as possible down the start finish straight. Rear tyres looking pretty decent at the moment. Could do with another degree or two. As we head down now through turns 2, 3 and now 4 of Tamburello. Pretty solid start. And now through the Villeneuve chicane. A little bit slower that one, trying to find some speed out. Looked pretty neat, pretty clean. As we head around the Tosa hairpin, trying to find some speed, getting on the power nice and early, going back up the hill. Cut that corner a little bit too much and just made contact with those dreadful yellow curbs on that one. Trying to stay on the track this time and just trying to find a braking point through Aqua Minerale. Again, trying to avoid those huge yellow curbs on the inside of the Alta chicane there. Can take a little bit of those, but it will unsettle the car, especially if you get the rear tyre on one of those a bit too heavy. A little bit of an awkward line through Ravazza there, through turn 18. Being glad to adjust going into turn 19. It's a nice little banker lap here. Caesar's getting 1 minute 31.827. A sloppy lap overall though, which is unfortunate. But currently going through, heading down to the Imola, we are 4 tenths behind, looking very slow on this first sector. 5 tenths now. Yeah, with this one, this will just be our in-lap, I feel. So that we're giving a very slow start to the first one there. I'm going to save the tyres for a second run, and possibly a third if we do need it. Lawson going very slow there. I thought these guys were on a qualifying run, but apparently these guys are on a lap 2. As we do let Williams past into the Alta chicane. Amazing when you see the brake temperatures on these cars as they head down to a max, and now I see these brakes heat right the way up to nearly 800 degrees Celsius. Phenomenal temperatures.
It looks like rain is inbound and we're expecting it in around 5 minutes. 5 minutes until the rain.
So as we get over the radio there, we've got rain coming in 5 minutes, so we definitely need to get straight back out, refuel and get straight back out as soon as possible. Try and get a decent lap in before this rain does come, because this is definitely going to be our final chance to set a decent lap in this qualifying session, if I can get my words out. And as we go back into the garage, we'll have a quick run through our times to see where we sit at the moment, see which sections we do need to improve in. But just going off feel, I did feel like section 2 was really slow. So yeah, as we see, 4 tenths in section 1 to the next person, we could make up almost a second, I feel. Section 2, yeah, very slow in section 2. Section 3, not too bad actually. So yeah, definitely the first 2 sectors, we need to find a little bit more speed and a little bit more confidence going through the 2 chicanes. And definitely, I feel like we'd definitely make a lot more time through Acqua Minerale and Paratella if we do get that confidence up and just find the right line through them. As we head out now for our second qualifying run, probably going to need to look at taking around a second off, I do believe. So we'll definitely be aiming for, you know, a couple of tenths in section 1, definitely up towards sort of half a second in the last 2 sectors each. But we'll see what we can do, get some heat into these tyres nice and early. Because obviously we're going to have our outlap, we've got rain coming in 5 minutes, so I'm not sure if we'll even get 2 shots at this. So the next lap kind of is an all or nothing qualifying lap. Hopefully we catch a few teams sleeping, but I think most of them do have their laps booked in now. Just trying to find a nice smooth line for Acqua Minerale. Trying to figure it out just before we do head to our hot lap. Again, finding our nice lines through the Alta chicane there. Like to kind of over rotated and we hit the track limits again, just dipping the tyre off there, unfortunately. As long as we don't do that next lap, we should be fine. Yeah, so we did actually have a look at the weather reports heading into this, and the sprint race does look relatively clear with a chance of rain at the end. And we do definitely 100% have a wet race for the Grand Prix. So we've actually set the car up for a little bit more downforce, getting ready for the Grand Prix. Obviously that's going to be our main target. We want to be looking at setting the car up for a wet race and just doing what we can in Q1 and in the sprint race. as we do gain half a second in the first sector alone there. Huge gains in the first sector. Around the Tosa hairpin, up the hill towards Piratella. Still 4.5 tenths. We can definitely gain some speed through here. Keeping our speed up, a little bit slow though, but we still up another 2 tenths, 2.5 tenths. And this is the big one. Can we get this one right and keep our speed? Lovely entry and exit, keeping our speed really well through there. Up to 1.1 seconds again now. Huge gains. Just trying to make sure we get this right. A little bit heavy, and I didn't feel we exceeded the track limits there, but unfortunately we do lose that there. We were 1.1 seconds ahead. That was going to be a great lap as well. That's unfortunate. We need to really work on our qualifying, I feel. I'm just getting that concentration in nice and early. So even with that, we're going to look at gaining half a second there, even though it is invalidated. It looks like we're definitely going to get another run. Down through Tamburello. 3 tenths on the braking zone alone there. A little bit slow on the exit, but it means we are faster out. Heading down towards Villeneuve, 3.5 tenths, nearly 4 tenths now. 7 tenths gained. A little bit slow on the exit there in comparison. Definitely, as we see, lots and lots of time to gain. We do have track speed. A little bit of wheel spin now, unfortunately. Sees us lose 2 tenths on the delta speed. That was very slow. We need to really improve at the end of sector 2 and 3 to try and get anywhere near that time we were last time. Up to half a second now. But I definitely feel there's at least a second and a half on the table. Trying to be very careful on them curbs there on that one, but it means we do lose all of that time going down. Unfortunately, I was very slow and cautious through there, which we shouldn't be doing in qualifying. Very wide there, down into Ravazza. Again, very wide and an awful qualifying. This is not good. I'm going to try for another. We've got to. We're absolutely stone dead last at the moment, but we know there's time on the table. We need to make a run for it. I think we're going to just manage to keep it on the dry track. We do see the visuals start to dip now, and we do know that it is on its way, but it will be very light, so we should be able to manage it. Yeah, half a second up now. We just need to connect all the dots going through into sector 2 now. Still a couple of attempts down on where I feel we should be at this point. We need to keep our speed up well through here, which we do quite well actually. This is the big one. Taken really well there. We do see half a second gain on there a lot, on that Acqua Minerale alone. Down through the auto chicane. Now can we keep our speed up through this one this time? Looks a lot better. And yes we do. A second ahead on the delta now. Just need to head down towards Vatsa and get this one right, and hopefully we can maybe look at towards the top 10 with a second gear. Bit slow there down into that corner. We get a good exit on here though. Probably gonna look at, is it gonna be 9 tenths? Yeah, just less than 9 tenths. One position, 21st. I definitely do feel we could get to the low 1 minute 30 though. Still think that was very slow. Let's have a quick look at what the, so low 130s is pretty much where we wanted to be. I think if we did have a third qualifying session out, if the rain wasn't coming, I think we could have possibly got that. But I've just noticed here, looking back at this and after recording it, It did say rain there within 30 minutes. And we've only got 10 minutes left, so in theory we could have actually made a third run, which is a bit of a shame. Something we overlooked at the time. We could have definitely looked towards pushing the top 10 in qualifying there. So definitely something to take note on in the future. But like I said, that com did say that rain was coming in 5 minutes time. We do see there that it changes to 5 minutes, but that being after the race is finished. So yeah, we could have definitely got another run in, but that's unfortunate.
So qualifying is complete and we're all set for an exciting race tomorrow. Your top three are Lawson, Dragovic, Imola. The grid is set then, so that just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow where we'll be live with all the action.
Yeah, we do see most of these guys in the 1 minute 30s. We could have definitely pushed for a better time. We could have definitely been towards the top 10 for that one, but that is unfortunate. So look to start at 21st in the sprint race.
Welcome to all those joining us as we kick off another round of thrilling Formula 2 racing at Imola. It's 3.1 miles around Imola with 19 turns to master, 9 right-handers and 10 left. And note as well that Imola is one of the few tracks that's driven anti-clockwise. Keep an eye on the exit from turn 18. A good exit there leading into the circuit's only DRS zone will probably be the setup for some of today's best overtaking opportunities. As we await the start of another hugely anticipated Formula 2 race, I'm joined again by Davide Valsecchi. Davide, as a former GP2 champion, can we get some insight to what is running through these young drivers' heads as they sit out on the grid?
Ciao Alex, it's a pleasure to be here. There are nervy moments, there is no doubts about that. Mental strength is the key to remaining calm and focusing on the upcoming race. Formula 2 is so competitive and all of these drivers knows that they are going to be pushing each other all of the way. In this sport, you have to be able to control your nerves.
Okay, we've got that relief of having points on the board finally, so let's keep that form up and get another top 10 finish today, please.
Again, it's going to be a hard push. Yeah, looking at the strategy, there's no other option we can really go for apart from staying on the mediums, which at Imola, the mediums are equivalent to the hard tyre and most other circuits. We do have the purple there of the super softs, which we can see, which obviously are equivalent to the red wall softs that we normally see. But yeah, definitely going for a 0 pit stop, just doing a full run as we do see there as well. A couple of spots of rain towards the end possibly. So we will just make a couple of setting changes. Feel like our turning's a little bit strong, so we'll just adjust that. And maybe look at just taking 0.1 of a PSI off those rear tyres just to try and stop that little slip. First time we really got into making a setup or a couple of different changes for our setup. And as we head off with 5 red lights, can we get a good start? Nice strong start again, how possible. Always seems that I think these F2 guys not too good at getting that strong a start. Novalak blocks us off quite well there. I'm just going to follow him down, see if we can pick up a couple more positions here. And obviously just respect the position of Williams. Just give him as much room as possible. Try and keep to some nice clean racing. Heading down through heel nerve now. Catching right up behind Vesti, who's obviously caught up in this little train through the Tosa hairpin. Yeah, 15th place after the start, very solid. We don't want to make any big risks. We just want to stick with this pack if we can and try and get our eye in, get our lap times up. We know the pace is there for us. It is possible. Unlike last time out where we did struggle, we did feel like we were constantly on the back foot. We did have damage for a lot of it, but hopefully we can definitely secure a top 10 from here, at least in this sprint race, and we'll see what we can do in the wet tomorrow. Having a look down at Vesti, shuts it off really well. Great defence there from Vesti. Kind of eyeing it up, seeing if he would let us in. Fittipaldi with a 1:35.6. Shows there that 5.5 seconds the difference from here to qualifying. And we see Darvala with an engine failure there. Novalak and Vesti both getting slowed up.
That place back, I'm afraid that was an illegal
But yeah, we'll
overtake.
just, yeah, okay. It was yellow flags, we'll give it back to Vesti, but Williams gets through. Unfortunate. But as long as we stay with these guys, we should be alright. Once DRS comes online, we'll look at picking one or two of them off down the straights. Nice turn in through Tosa here, see if we can get on the power, being very careful. Going up the hill, not to start on the power there too early, kicks out. Trying to keep as much speed as possible around Piratella. This corner's the one we struggle with the most, trying to keep our speed up and keep the line through, but I'm starting to feel a lot more confident with it now, definitely. So look, we're going to stick down the inside of Williams. Williams is going to try cut us off there. It's a bit naughty from Williams there. We do go purple, sector 2, so we definitely do have the pace, but we do get a slight bit of damage on our front left wing. Might just be an end plate come off there, something we should be able to manage. Doesn't seem like it's affecting us too much, to be honest. But yeah, there's a little bit of a dirty turn in from Williams there. He should have given us a little bit more space, I definitely feel like, because we were, you know, right on the inside of that. I don't know if he expected us to actually make that, but he forced us to that right on the inside there. You've got to expect us to be staying there, because we did have the speed. We were alongside him quite well. I think he'd have definitely got a warning for that, and maybe even some side pod damage, possibly. But yeah, definitely going to look at being a little bit more aggressive if we can this race. Try and get some points and try and get some overtaking manoeuvres done. We're going to have to do an almost Verstappen-esque run through the pack. We don't really have time to be slowing up and taking too long fighting with these guys. We do want to try and press on as quickly as possible with there being no pit stops. Track position is track position, so we do want to try and catch back up to this pack now, though. This pack has got 2.5 seconds ahead. We see that we are leading the pack that we are in, which is the back end of the field. But yeah, we definitely need to close back up as soon as possible. Try and get back into that DRS zone. As you see how it was going purple in sector 3 there, so we've definitely got the pace to be making a push. Quite a few purple sectors already, so we know we've definitely got the pace of a podium finisher. A little bit of oversteer there with the wheel spin. Trying to push it a little bit too much, I feel now. But we know we need to close this gap up as soon as possible. Especially now that DRS is open and these guys will be getting a lot of speed on each other. We will be making a lot of moves, so it might slow one or two up and just give us that chance to catch back up, hopefully. Otherwise, I feel like we're just going to be stuck in the middle of these two packs without any points again. A little bit heavy there into Ackerman, right? Managed to correct it, nice. But we do lose a little bit of time now, unfortunately. Still 2.6 seconds. We're definitely going to have to connect a few sectors up. A few strong sectors. Be able to catch a Vesti at this point. We do take 1/10 off him there. I feel like we're really strong down through Ravazza. Definitely somewhere we're going to look to possibly make a couple of overtakes. Just trying to find a little bit of flow now. Time really not improving too much towards Vesti. Kind of keeping at a similar pace at the moment. Yeah, it's gone up to past 3 seconds now. We are actually losing time to these guys, so we kind of need something to happen. I don't think it's quite going to be the scenes that we had in our last race with the huge pile up on the last corner. But, you know, we'll definitely look at keeping it steady and just kind of build on this pace, because we do know we have the pace in this car on this track. Yeah, made up a couple of tenths on Vesti there to the 2 Trident teammates of Williams for sure behind us. Closing in to the DRS range very soon. A couple of red sectors for us there, not our best. We do get a good last sector though, which means that's our best lap so far, even with 2 red sectors somehow. Yeah, I think we are very, very slow in Sector 1 at the moment, so we're definitely going to look at trying to find some speed through Tamburello and Villeneuve. I think Torse isn't too bad. I think we're taking that really well at the moment, but I feel like especially Villeneuve here, we're losing a lot of time, being very, very cautious. Yeah, much, much better on that. Nice green sector in Sector 1. Down to 2.5 seconds to Vesti now. Yeah, if we really want to push and catch these guys, we're definitely going to have to look towards the 132, the high 132 second laps. Where we do have a yellow flag. We do see someone out, and it is Hughes. Unfortunate, but it means we do gain a position. I think Hughes was quite far up in the championship table as well, if I do believe. But as we've seen from the first 2 sprints in the first 2 races, it's been a complete shuffle, to be honest. It's anyone's game. Down to 2 seconds on Vesti now. We definitely made some time up with that yellow flag there. Definitely made some time up with this lap as well. Are we in at the 132? Nearly 133.284, so
our teammate by 1.7 seconds.
A little bit of a gap to Williams now, but we're definitely got to start picking these corners off and getting our speed up nice and early through these. That exit through turn 3 there on the out through Tamburello and down towards Villeneuve. We're definitely the slowest. We need to get a really, really good exit, really strong exit out of Tamburello in order to get a good sector 1. Last couple of laps have been pretty good, to be honest. Nice strong corner there through the hairpin. That's we cut that a little bit, but we managed to somehow get away with hitting one of those yellow curbs. That's very quick. We managed to keep a tyre on though. That's lucky. That was actually really quick. New strat? Question mark. Bushung with a 132. Yeah, so 132 is the mark at the minute. Definitely going to be what we have to aim for. But nearly within a second now. If we can get within a second, yeah, we are 9 tenths. Cool. Need to get the DRS on these guys. Except they are slowing up a lot. Somebody's struggling there, causing these guys to back up. Not going to ask too many questions. Just going to try and overtake them. We get the 132, 133.383, very, very close. Very hard on the braking now. Yeah, a little bit late on the brakes there. These guys all wanting to stay together very close, which is kind of good and bad for us. It means we can start really picking them off. Hopefully 1 or 2 slow each other up. A bit early, but a lovely exit still. Great time. We get 2. We get Novak as well. He just moves out the way for us. So thanks very much, I guess. Felipe Drugovich next. Jack Doohan just ahead of him. And these are for points playing positions where Logan Sargent is, from 9th and up. So definitely going to try and get one of those spots, maybe get 1 or 2 points if we can. With the auto chicane, can we get some? Oh, it's a little bit slow out of there, a little bit heavy on that second curb. Little look on Drugovich. I'd say that's a lovely move on Drugovich. Yeah, it's very, very early on the brakes there. Managed to put some heavy braking in and just take that spot from him. Very, very clean overtake. I believe that's our, is it our first or second overtake in Rovazza? I do feel like that is my strongest corner on this circuit. So always going to look to make a move or two there. A little bit heavy on the curb there, but managed to come out strong. A little bit of wheel spin.
Okay, you're in the top 10.
Maybe have a look at Jack on this corner, have a little peek maybe. Yeah, not going to happen through wheel now. Try and get a good exit, maybe get him into Dorset. Nope. He's very slow there for some reason. We'll just we're on the outside. On Peretella, apparently. He's still there, so we'll just close the door on him. A good exit out of back of Minardi. That's a nice corner. For Lawson and Sargent. I think 9th is 1 point. 8th is 2 and 7th is 3. Half a second now for Mr. Lawson. See if we can definitely pick up 1 or 2 more points if we can. Very, very nice. Lawson very heavy on the brakes. Okay, he left us nowhere to go there, unfortunately. Give him a little touch, but we'll just continue with the momentum through, leaving some space. When we do get the move done, there's an extra point, we will take it. A little bit of contact, but yeah, just braked way too early. Or we brake late. Kind of combination of the two, I feel. But we've got to be at this point in the race. 3 laps to go in the top 10. Kind of matching the lap times of the leaders, but unfortunately it just means we're just going to pick up 1 or 2 that are a little bit slow. It's very, very wide there through Villeneuve. Sargent now 2 seconds ahead of us. These guys are kind of moving. Got Lawson right behind us as well. I'm not too sure if we will catch Sargent, but we'll definitely give it a go. It's going to need to be, yeah, pretty much half a second a lap on him. We do gain nearly half a second there, down into the auto chicane. It is possible, but it's a big ask. We'd need these two to really start fighting a little bit. A little bit of extra rotation there, trying to push it through Rovazza. Trying to gain some time on these guys. We only get 2 tenths because the wheel spin. Looking for another half a second on Sargent this time. That not going to get it with corner cuts onto the big curves like that. Couple of tenths gained on him there. Looks like they are starting to fight a little bit now, which is good for us. Definitely found our rhythm, I feel now, around Imola. But yeah, the biggest thing for us is, like I say, learning these tracks. Now, like I say, I've raced on these tracks before, but I've never raced on them without the racing line. Whole different concept. Nice to do it in the F2 cars, a little bit more forgiving. a little bit slower. We are slower on the brakes, having to brake a lot earlier than what we would in the F1 cars. Now within 1.2 of Sargent. See if we can gain some time through our favourite corner. A little bit wide on that one, try and carry the speed through. Got the exit there, nearly dipping a wheel into the gavel, but we did gain nearly 4 tenths through Ravazza there. We got a DRS. Apparently not, we must have been just outside of it. And these two do begin to fight now, which is huge for us. It means we could possibly pick off one of these. Very, very slow through there, them two. Have a look at Sargent in this. Okay. Yeah, a bit naughty from us there. Bit of a bold move, and we do get a warning for exceeding the track limits. We don't get a warning for the contact because he did turn into us. But yeah, it was a very, very bold move, but a little bit of a Verstappen-esque there, just kind of going for it. Definitely feel like we need every point we can get though, especially with qualifying sessions being as bad as the ones we've had. Hopefully next time out, especially at Catalonia, he can get a decent qualifying time in and look at starting at least in or near the top 10. It will be nice for a change. We will have DRS on Iwasa coming out of Ravazza though as well. Within that sort of half a second time, definitely have a look at him into the next corner, but with 3.3 seconds next to Caldwell, I don't think we'll be catching them, so this last lap we will be trying to get 6th. I think 6th is the best we're going to get. Well, it's definitely the best we're going to get. Really, really early Iwasa there. We'll just late brake him, give him some room, keep position and just kind of slow him down on the exit. Allows us to get the racing line out and get a really good entry down towards Vilna. And now just about managing this tyre wear and keeping Iwasa at bay. Just trying to keep 6 or 7 tenths. Giving us a bit of leeway for any mistakes that we might make. Being careful to stay within track limits because I think we've already got 2. Definitely would be a 3-second penalty if we go off again, which we don't want at all. I think that'll take us at least to 8th. Around this, nearly a second to Iwasa now, so all we need to do is just bring this home on this last corners. We're 5 cars ahead, so the race was a little bit longer. We could have definitely looked to take the podium. But yeah, very nice result. Very, very happy. I'm actually chuffed with that, to be fair. Some very, very aggressive overtaking. But yeah, we do finish 6th. Solid result. And we do get driver of the day as well. I'm not surprised coming from 21st to 6th.
So Charus have won it, and what a great race it was. And I have to wonder, Davide Valsecchi, just what set them apart.
We see Enzo Fittipaldi taking the first place this time out. I'm sure he was one of the back runners in the last 2.
Remember, it's not just about going as fast as you can. It's about consistency. It's about maintaining your speed over
F2 is
the
crazy.
entire race distance. So being able to keep the lap time competitive while still respecting the tires, that's where they won today.
Looks like they're on their way out onto the podium now, and what a result this is, and a popular one with the crowd as well. Great stuff to see the Charus team on top here today.
Now we do see Tatiana Calderon on the podium again. That's the second time now, I do believe. She got the first out in Bahrain. Great results for her. I didn't quite take too much notice of where our teammate came there.
After this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table.
Yeah, sure is. 1 and 2. Huge result for them, guys.
After a difficult race for our championship leader. And so, driver of the day then, Davide Valsecchi, who do you think you'd go for?
Lots of drivers impressed me today, Alex. But if I have to say one that impressed me most, it's Enzo Fittipaldi.
And here's how things are shaping up in the team's championship. It was a tough race for our championship leaders, who lose ground at the top of the table. Meanwhile, good work from Campos this weekend.
Let's have a quick look,
Pushed
yeah.
themselves further
The Vips came
up the order.
16th.
After all this drama, you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you
I
there. Take
qualified
care.
in like 17th. Yeah, we'll head into the race now, the Grand Prix in what's looking like gonna be full wet.
Welcome back to Imola.
A very,
as we get
very
ready
wet
for another
race.
glorious day of
Actually, a little
Formula
bit
2 action.
nervous. Our first wet race. I've never done any type of wet race without traction control or the racing line or even ABS.
Unlike many of the other tracks our Formula 2 drivers will be familiar with, Imola is driven anti-clockwise.
So yeah, you're gonna
and a
take
lap
this
around
very,
here is
very
just over 3 miles of hard racing.
Careful.
You can expect that to be even
Just
more
try and be as
challenging than usual
smooth as
given the
possible with the
conditions
brakes
here
and
today.
the throttle, and
19
just
turns along the route, 9 to the right and 10 to the left.
hopefully
the rain is going to play
feel our
merry
way
havoc with the
through the
drivers'
first couple of
braking
laps.
performance. Pay special attention to turn 16, where drivers will also need to factor in the elevation change as they try to nail their braking and perfect their line into the longest straight on the circuit.
You're definitely
Here are the
going to
starting
be
positions
a
for
safety
today's
car or
race.
two in this one, I think, with it being a wet race, but I'm not too
Liam
confident.
Lawson lines up on pole position, and it's Felipe Drugovich in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have
The usual
Iwasa,
suspects.
Sargent, Jake Hughes, and Sato. Caldwell, Fittipaldi, Pourchaire, Tatiana Calderon, Deruvala, Doohan, Callan Williams, Frederick Vesti, and for sure, Novalak, Vips, and Roy Nissani. Cordial, Hauger, Phoenix, and Ralph Boschon completes the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out. So let's get down to the track.
And starting off at the back row in the wet,
As
and it
we
is
await the start
very,
of
very
another
wet.
hugely anticipated Formula 2 race, I'm joined again by Davide Valsecchi. Davide, as a former GP2 champion, can we get some insight to what is running through these young drivers' heads as they sit out on the grid?
Ciao, Alex. It's a pleasure to be here. There are nervy moments, there is no doubts about that. Mental strength is the key to remaining calm and focusing on the upcoming race. Formula 2 is so competitive, and all of these drivers knows that they are going to be pushing each other all of the way. In this sport, you have to be able to control your nerves.
Try and build up some revs, not quite sure how this is going to go. Not too bad, actually. So I'm going to be very, very careful with the brakes and the throttle. Whoa! I guess we just take them. I don't know what happened there, but we're now into 8th. Oh, big lock up there, unfortunately. Yeah, we're going to have to be very, very careful on the brakes. A lot early and a lot more careful. Very, very slippy. As you see the back end wiggling about there. Felipe Drugovich just ahead, with Caldwell ahead of them. Yeah, that's not going to happen in the wet. Having to very, very slowly introduce the brakes. Huge move on Drugovich there. I actually didn't intend to go for that. It just, his braking caught me out and I had to kind of slam on, and then it sort of feathered the brake off as we turned in. I can't remember the proper terminology for it, but these are the terminology for, is it trail braking? I believe it's called trail braking, yeah. That we do a little slide there into the alter chicane. But yeah, P6 in lap 1 in the wet. Hopefully we can keep up with pace though. I feel like just give him some room here. I don't know where he's going to be braking. Really definitely just trying to find out where the AI wants to be braking through the wet, but we will stick that in and get P5 as well. 21 to P5 in one lap. Liam Lawson with a 146.3 and we got 149.4. So 3 seconds off the pace at the moment. Kinda to be expected. Nice and steady on the brakes, about 3/4 on the brake pressure. Don't really want to be taking too many curbs if I can help it. Just keeping mindful here, just don't want to go into the back of Sargent and end our race any earlier than what we need to. Yeah, we kind of dip a toe into the gravel there. Still a green sector and still right behind Sargent. As I say that, we get a lot of wheel spin. A little bit eager on the throttle out of that one. Yeah, it's almost like being smooth is key, it feels like, in the wet. Smooth on everything, smooth on the brakes, smooth on the turning, and very smooth on the throttle. Almost very gradual and everything. I'm going to slide that one through there. Sargent gets in our way. Really, really slow, so we just overtaking coming out of Ackerman Rally down towards the outer chicane. Did he make a mistake? He must have got a lot of wheel spin on the exit there. Very, very slow out, so we just went around him. Kind of wasn't expecting it. Hughes braking really early on now. We'll have a look on the inside of Rabata. Nice. Just close the door off and then we were a lot quicker through there. I feel like a lot of these moves have been almost unintentional. Liam Lawson with a 143.0. Only 4/10 off him. We do get a purple last sector. On the podium now though from 21st. I'm amazed in the wet. Hopefully we can stick it out for the next 15 laps though, because as we know, anything can happen. All it takes is one little slip up and we can chuck it all in the bin. Purple first sector. Yeah, Wasser gone very slow through the hairpin there. Nearly last part of our front wing. Maybe have a look on move. He's gone very, very slow. Is there something wrong here? On the outside. Sorry, on the inside down towards Piratella there. The outside down towards Ackerman around it would have been. And we do get exceeded track limits. Yeah, a bit too eager down through that there. Fortunately, do lose the second place to Wasser. Seems like we've seen a Wasser a lot in the last few races. Maybe I just keep noticing it, but yeah, I definitely feel like we keep on sort of matching race pace with the Wasser. He seems like a very solid driver for the Red Bull team. Yeah, 4 seconds away from Lawson now, so he's just... Lawson is just going. So that's a very, very... I don't understand why he wouldn't take the defensive line there. I guess he wanted the inside line to the next one, but we do get the outside line on the exit of Tamburello. Yes, strange line, a strange choice there from Oasa. But yeah, I guess now we just spend this next lap kind of revising our braking points. Now we've got no cars in front of us to reference or dodge. Kind of just see if we can just push a little bit and just test the limits a little bit. A little bit of a kick on the back end there. Fortunately pulls us a little bit wide. Yeah, definitely feeling I'm pretty confident in the wet. I think we can. Oh, as we say that as we slide into the auto chicane there. But yeah, I think if we play this smart, we could have a very strong race, a very good result. It'd be huge if we can stick this on the podium. Obviously, we've got the pit stops to make yet and stuff as well. I think we'll get away with just making the one. But yeah, if we can finish here, that's an amazing result for us. We got purple in sector 3.
So we're leading our teammate by 9.4 seconds.
Big slide there, down into Tamburello. Big slide on that, trying to get the power a little bit too early there. A little bit of a wibble wobble, yet again. Nice and smooth, nice and easy on the throttle, coming out of Villeneuve. Definitely starting to feel that first sector a lot more now. Keeping my corner speed up quite well. Yeah, I feel like Lawson's definitely shifting. Got some great pace in this race in the wet. Very wide. Yeah, we exceeded track limits again. That's our second warning. And I've got a little lock up there and it just sent me a little bit wide. I'm going to have to be very mindful of that corner. And I wanted to push too much, kind of just testing the limits at the minute though. Trying to just find our feet in the wet while we've got a second and a half, well 1.1 seconds now to Oasa. Just trying to see what we can do, seeing if it is possible to sort of look at pushing towards Lawson. Obviously with 13 laps yet to go, there's plenty of time to catch him. But we do need to find another few tenths at least of race pace. Yeah, so hitting the low 143s at the moment, which is pretty much what he's getting. So if we can look at possibly entering the 142s. If we can do that, then we'll definitely be able to catch him. But we don't want to risk too much. We're not going to throw our whole race away just for one position. Second place would be huge here anyway. But I think it is Lawson who's ahead of us in first in the championship anyway. Do you think was he 2 points ahead going into the sprint race? I'm pretty sure it is Lawson. I might be wrong though. So if we could take this position off him, it would be huge for the Drivers' Championship. But obviously second place is better than throwing it into a barrier. Or losing our wing and it ended up in the bottom 10. A little bit slower this one. I feel like the tyres are definitely starting to sort of fall off a little bit now. Maybe getting a little bit too hot. Also, we'll try to just cool them down a little bit, I guess. Let's see if it is just the temperature.
That's 2 laps until our pit window opens. We're going to put you on the full wet tyre.
Yeah, still 4 seconds. Maybe 5 seconds now to Lawson. And he is fast. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get him.
No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
Very wide through that. But yeah, it'd still be, I'd be amazed with the second place. I'd be so happy with the second place. Around here in the wet. Yeah, the tyres are feeling very, very shaky now. I think I'm just gonna go wide on that corner. Yeah, I'm not gonna concentrate too much on catching Lawson up at the moment. Otherwise, I'm just gonna feel like I'm just gonna end up binning it. I think I'll nurse it into the pits with this tyre wear increasing. Just concentrate on getting it into the pits safe and seeing what we can do. Big slide there, seeing what we can do on a nice fresh set of tyres. And cool them off a little bit. Definitely them rear tyres getting a little bit warm from a couple of slides there, so use the wet section of the track there.
1 second.
See if that makes any difference whatsoever. Yeah, another slide into that. Definitely the tyre wear that's affecting us. As you can see it kicking all over the place there as well. Taking that one nice and steady there. Really starting to fall off now. Every corner the back end's just sliding out. I feel like a drift racer. I gotta say though, it is so much more of an immersive game when you do take the assists off. Yeah, it is more difficult, but it's so much more fun. And to be honest, it hasn't taken me that long to learn. I just turned them off and spent a practice session, which on the... Oh, that's very heavy on the brakes. Slid it right into that one. Spent a practice session, pretty much like 40-45 minutes. Just going around the tracks, just gradually building up the speed and learning the braking points. And yeah, just building on it really. Possibly why we haven't been doing as great in the qualifying, because we're still kind of learning the track and then gradually doing better throughout the weekend.
Okay, we're boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can.
I'll try, but these tyres are like blocks of ice going through this lap. That was pretty tidy though. That's very wide. I'm going to correct the rotation. Well, that's not too bad. We'll take it, we'll take it. Little wobble on the exit. Look, actually green in that sector. Yeah, just being a little bit more gentle, just a little bit more gradual with the throttles, definitely helping us here, I feel. Really slowly building it up on the exit. And only using full acceleration when we are dead straight. Never really sort of braking all the way, just kind of just being very cautious with the brakes and almost coasting it into the corners. Seeming to work really nice. Yeah, you see like half brakes down there into the auto chicane. Maybe not enough this time, but seems to be working really well for us at the minute. Yeah, Liam Lawson an absolute week ahead at the moment. But yeah, we have got a nice gap built into Imola though now. So we've definitely got the pace, it's just Mr. Lawson's got a lot more. A big ask though, we're looking at nearly a second a lap to somebody who's setting the fastest laps at the moment. I think just settling for second is going to be the smarter option, the more reasonable option. Unless he makes a mistake, I really don't think we're going to be able to catch him at this point. Really don't think, unless we just find an absolute bucket of pace from nowhere. Interesting that only... Oh no, yeah, sorry, it is Harpley good there. So obviously the other guys are the other team members. Not double stacking like... we have done previously.
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
I think there was a big enough gap though when we did it before, if I remember right. That didn't sort of affect us too much. Feels so much better already. A little bit of heat into them, I feel like we could definitely make a push. I know he's 9.5 seconds ahead now, but hopefully Cordial can slow him up a little bit while we've got the fresh air. At least take a second off him maybe. No, he's actually getting pretty tense on us there. Very, very cautious on that corner. I just at the minute now I'm just like I need to be cautious of that one because I don't want a 3-second penalty.
Yuri's in the pits. Yuri is in the pits.
Yeah, Lawson nearly 10 seconds ahead now. I can't see us catching this guy, to be honest. I really can't. It's gonna need a miracle. Second though. Huge result for us. I didn't think we'd be in the top 10 in either to succumb in the wet when I thought we were going to be like 13th, 14th, 15th. We do get a purple third sector there, which is nice, but we do know that our friend Liam Larson was held up. So we'll see. Managed to get a second on him though there. Can we push it this lap? See what we can do. I feel like the tyres have got a little bit warmer now. We can possibly look at green first sector. Yeah, definitely a lot more traction in these tyres coming out. It's a huge difference. You know, you change the tyres on, you know, when you're using lower assets and stuff, and you can kind of feel it in the corners, but you can feel it on every part of the track when you've got no assets on. You can feel it in the corners, you can feel it on the braking, you can feel it on the traction coming out of the corners. Huge difference. Yeah, he's getting some time back again. Yeah, we're not going to catch this guy. We're really not, unfortunately. Hughes is in third now. Something obviously happened there because he's got quite a distance away from Caldwell as well. A 142.3 for Liam Lawson. That's 9/10 faster than we've gone. Oh wait, what?
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. 142.182 is crazy. Maybe we do just continue to push. Maybe he does make a mistake, a bad one.
Okay, heavy rain will be staying with us for a while now. At least a 20-minute window of heavy rain.
Well, at least we know we don't need to change tyres. Purple sector 1. We might be finding these buckets of piss that we were talking about. Good speed through Peritella there as well. Still need to be very careful through Ackerman Rally here. Not to go off the track, but to try and keep speed. Yeah, I was a bit too eager through that. Lost a little bit of time there, definitely. Still purple though, wow. That's lovely there through the outer chicane. I think that's the fastest we've taken that. Maybe another fastest lap. Can we break 141? See if we can get a really good turn in, drifting our way into Ravazza. Really good exit, please. That's a lovely corner. We might break 141. Oh my god. 141.2. Wait, we've just gained a second on Lawson.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 18.
5 laps left, 7 seconds. Yeah, we're going to need still, even with the second lap, even if we keep that pace up, which we won't be able to because of tyre wear and stuff, I still don't think we're going to catch him. But look at the gap to Hughes now. 7 seconds. Am I just like secretly really good in wet weather? Or is it just the AI is bad in wet weather? I feel like we have raced well though. I feel like I've really learnt this track now and really understood all of its nuances. It'd be interesting when we do get in an F1 car to sort of learn it all again and do it with the faster speeds. Because although these cars are fun to race, they're almost a little bit twitchy under throttle on the exit, that it almost comes from nowhere. There's almost like an instant burst of power, almost like a turbo. But yeah, obviously the braking distances are a lot longer, they just feel a lot more sluggish, not as much downforce, or maybe they're just heavier. I'm not sure, but yeah, so it'd be definitely nice to get into an F1 car and really see what we can do. We've got a long time to go yet, and we do need a good result in F2 in order to possibly get picked up by Williams, Aston Martin or Mercedes. I highly doubt Mercedes are going to even look at us. Unless we win the championship by like a huge margin. But they do have Hamilton and Russell, two very, very good British drivers. Oh no, we're in the gravel. Yeah, I think we're pushing the tyres a little bit too much now. I think I'm just gonna settle down and concentrate for these last 4 laps just to bring it home in second place. A huge, huge podium. But look at the gap we've built up. I'm almost shocked. I'm quite impressed actually. I'm quite proud of this race so far. We don't really want to get ahead of ourselves until we've managed to navigate these last 4 laps. But yeah, I feel like we've had a really, really good race. It's more so that I didn't expect to do good in this one, with it being wet. Because this isn't necessarily my strongest circuit. I do know Imola quite well. Obviously a very, very famous circuit anyway. Had a lot of changes to it over the years, especially in the 80s when they added chicanes. And then obviously in the 90s, 95 I believe it was. I believe they moved with that. They took a chicane out on the start-finish straight. I believe it was in the 80s they added the Alta chicane. Villeneuve and Tamburello, I'm not sure how long they were there, but I know Tamburello was straight. I know there was no chicane there when Ayrton Senna did have that unfortunate crash that cost him his life. I know it was after that they added that chicane there down at Tamburello. I believe it was Barrichello, Rubens Barrichello had a bad accident that weekend as well. I think his was in qualifying, no, not on the race day. Yeah, I do vaguely remember somebody else. I think somebody else also lost their life that weekend. I think that was why it's a really well-known weekend for the wrong reasons in Formula 1. But yeah, like I say, when you are going the speeds that these guys do, and you're not applying the G-force that these guys do in the cars that they're racing, there's always going to be that chance that it does cost you your life. Anything with any speed always will. But it's just about managing that risk. Obviously, we do see the large gravel traps there now.
Tyre condition still looking good.
Obviously, over the years, safety has gotten a lot better. And we obviously do know the engines are now V6 rather than the V10s that they used to be. But yeah, I've got a lot more fuel efficient, and technology has got a lot better, so even though they are missing a couple of cylinders, so to speak, they're not necessarily that much slower. Because of things like compression rates, and we do go, oh my god, that's a 3-second penalty.
Okay, we've been given a time penalty.
We've got enough time, we've got nearly 10 seconds to use. Shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, and obviously progression of things like aerodynamics and handling and braking performance, obviously all that comes into play. So we don't necessarily need a bigger engine to go fast. It'd be nice to see what a V10 engine could do now with the modern day technology and compression rates and such, in comparison to obviously the 90s. It's just the iconic sound, isn't it, of Formula One? The screech of, I say screech, more of a scream of those V10 engines. Still under 50% on the tyre temps. Look pretty good actually. A little bit on the colder side for the rears, if anything, than what I was expecting. That's very wide again. A little bit of a slide there into Rabatse again. I do love this corner, this section of corners. Very, very hard to catch them perfect, but when you do, you just get so much speed coming down this straight, it's insane. Last lap now, we lost 3 seconds on that last lap unfortunately, and another 3 seconds because of the penalty, so we're actually down to 6 seconds. Sliding around all over now. Definitely.
Okay, you're losing a small amount of time to the car behind. Just keep pushing.
Definitely starting to feel some tyre wear now though. 100%. Especially on the throttle. Just quite not turning in as much as what I'd expect. But we can definitely manage to bring this home in second. I think this is an easy run home in the second. But yeah, very, very happy with the 6th and a second. Considering we qualified in 21st, I thought it was going to be a very, very bad weekend, to be honest. I thought, when we seen the weather, I thought if I was going to crash out on a race, DNF thought this was definitely going to be the race it was going to be. I did not expect to come second in this one. Kind of mentally prepared for a DNF. I should maybe do that every race. So we drift through that one. And back to the start finish straight. For a huge second place for Hitech GP at Imola. We also get an achievement. Oil and water, score points in a medium race. I missed the rest of it. Wow. Yeah, driver of the day. Definitely earned that one.
So another fantastic victory for Carlin today. Tell me, Davide, what was the key to this
My heart
success?
is pounding. Really enjoyed that, to be honest.
Like this, it's an incredible difficult drive, but they pulled off something truly special today. They had the grip when they needed. Every time they were able to find just the right line, and they had the confidence to put those things together and just push and push. That's what earned them this victory today.
I'm definitely absolutely loving racing
having raised some of the biggest
without
names
these
in
assists
F1
now.
today,
That's almost
Carlin have once again shown their expertise when it comes to
breathed a
recruiting
fresh
new
breath
talent.
of life into the F1 game
No
for me.
doubt today's winners have a bright
Definitely
future
opened a
ahead
new
of them.
dawn. I'm
They
definitely
certainly deserve
excited
it
to
after today's
continue with
performance.
this series, to be honest. Really enjoying it, and looking back on the videos, I'm definitely seeing how much I'm improving as well. The more and more I'm learning the tracks throughout the weekend. So yeah, it's going to be very exciting, sorry, for next season in the F1. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, because you know, my whole thinking behind the series is to eventually try and look at
now let's take a look at
competing.
the drivers' standings. Liam Lawson extends his lead at the top, getting ever closer to securing the
picking up
championship.
22 points.
Now then,
Liam Lawson
Davide
picks up the
Valsecchi,
27,
who
so he
would you
gains
say
5
was
on
your
us.
driver of the day?
I have to give it to Liam Lawson. One of the best things about Formula 2 is watching these young drivers grow and mature.
But yeah, I'm definitely
And it feels
a
like
long way
his
off
career
competing
took a
at the
big
moment.
step forward today.
And now a look at the team standings.
A long way off.
Carlin have
Definitely going
extended their
to
lead
have
at
to
the
put a
top
lot
of the
more time in.
standings. Another team that excelled today was Dams,
But
who
something
make
for the
further
future.
progress up the
I'll
table.
have a look at the
It was
standings
great
now.
having
Liam
you with us
Lawson,
for this
is
weekend.
7
I
points
hope you
ahead, so
enjoyed it
still
as
not too
much
far
as
away.
we did.
Actually, I
We'll
think
see
Calder
you
on
when
in
Formula
third.
2 returns.
My teammate's still in 16th. Yeah, Carlin 25 points ahead of us now. Little gap to third though. But yeah, as always, thanks very much for watching, guys. I really enjoyed this one.